Here's how video editors and graphic designers can get their first client. Your portfolio is done and polished with your best work, but no one actually goes there to see it. The site visit is always on zero and only goes up when you go there yourself to see if the link you sent isn't actually broken and if it still works. In this video, I will not only show you how to get clients, I'll show you how to get clients that are looking for your particular service. I divided this video into 3 steps. Make sure to follow all of them so this video makes sense. Step 1. Who should you outreach to? I know for a fact that most of you outreach to everyone you see posting on Instagram and YouTube. Like outreaching to a thumbnail designer, asking them to do their thumbnails. That might work, but odds are...
Hi, kid.
But that isn't the right approach, and here's why. The only way to increase your odds of actually advancing with a client is if you're talking to a client that is basically solution aware of their situation. What does that mean? When you're outreaching, there's a spectrum that deeply improves your odds of getting a person to work with you when you're selling a product or even a service. It's called the awareness spectrum. If you know it consciously, you'll start getting more positive results often. Basically, we have 5 points on the spectrum. We have the unaware, the problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. In the unaware section is people that don't actually know that they have a problem and they're still grinding on what they're doing, you know. You won't be able to convince them that easily because they don't even know that they're doing something wrong. So then there comes to people that are problem aware. They know that they are not in a good situation themselves. They know that they could be doing better, but they just don't know how to go around it, you know. They don't know what to do to actually achieve what they actually want. Solution aware is people that they know they have a problem and they're actively looking for a solution. They know that they might have a solution and you can easily fill in that role because they know that there's someone that can do something for them, you know. And then there's product aware, where people think or they know that there's a product or service that they can buy, you know, so that they can have more benefits and be able to get more gains and more results off of that, you know. Then there's the most aware, which is more inclined to where you are currently if you're giving a service or if you're giving a product. These people know that there's basically a solution and most times they can even do it themselves, but choose not to, or it's a matter of time until they do it themselves. As a default, you don't want to be targeting the unaware clients because it makes it 10 times harder to actually convert them into paying clients. It's way easier to go for a solution aware or a product aware client, you know, because they already know the value of your particular service and know how to benefit from it in the long term. That being said, in step 3, I'll show you how to get them exactly. But next is step 2, preparing yourself to outreach. The single most important step is transmitting authority in this department. Here, when we're outreaching, your past work will speak louder than the actual outreach itself. So if you're watching this, you may edit videos, you may make websites, or you may be a logo designer or something like that. But you all have one thing in common, is that you must have had previous work and have work under your belt. So you guys who haven't done work before, you're slacking off and you'll be left behind. But I'm gonna give you some quick solutions so you can quickly whip up a portfolio and increase your credibility. For video editors, what you want to do is you want to go onto YouTube and search raw footage for editing. And you can find familiar faces like Mr. Beast, Iman Gazzi, anyone who fits your niche or the niche you're looking to work with. Then you edit them or edit some videos like 4, 5, or 6 and add them to your Google Drive or your portfolio. So for graphic and web designers, you can go onto Instagram or ChatGPT and search for brand briefs and make brand identities and logos for those brands or those companies as well and add them to your portfolio. If any of this sounds like complicated or hard to achieve, I have my calendar on the description. You can book a call there and I'll help you from your particular situation to actually giving you the sauce and helping you land your first client. Now that you have your portfolio and you know how to outreach or who to outreach to, let's find the clients. For this step, we're going to be leaving Instagram on the side for now and we'll be mainly using Twitter. Twitter is low-key the best option for outreaching at the moment, at least for me, since Instagram has been putting people on the hidden message requests sometimes without even a fair reason. If you don't have a Twitter, make an account and thank me later. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to see my posting strategy and certain stuff that I actually forget to talk about on my videos here on YouTube. Like making fun of these guys who think we're dumb and make thumbnails. Then they put a pencil draw filter on top of the final thumbnail and they say that it was the client's sketch. Like, like what? But back to the topic. What we're going to do on your new Twitter page is basically get up to 10 followers just so you don't have zero. And we can achieve that by engaging with other pages in your niche and being there for quite a while warming up your page, mainly about like a week or a month into doing that. I guarantee that you will have more than 10 to 20 followers. If you created your account recently, you should wait about a week or a month just before you start outreaching because otherwise Twitter will categorize you as spam. You need to let your account be warmed up or else it will all go to waste. After your account warms up, it's time to DM clients. Depending on your niche, you'll search, I need a insert job title and interact with around 10 to 20 to 30 pages. Most of them you can even send DMs to or just reply to the posts and like them. What happens after you interact with them is that you go back to your main feed and you will be flooded with similar posts and tweets of people searching for your particular service. Now, you outreach to them and try to get a deal. But one thing you should be cautious is not everyone who posts this is actually looking to hire. Some of them are just engagement farming and posting to get more reach. So believe me, you will see them. I'll show you how to filter them out. When you find someone looking for graphic designers, for example, go onto their page and search for graphic designer or designer. If there are more than one or two tweets of them actually looking for designers, odds are they're just engagement farming and looking to get reach. They're not looking for those designers that he's talking about. What I usually do is mute them so they don't appear on my feed anymore. But what I was advised was to actually report them. But you do you. Join my Discord if you want to have more tips like this.